Hello, everybody. Sorry, I was mid goody powder. Well, Grandpa over here. So, mhm. No, no.
Now give it to me.
Oh, give it to her, she says. What should I give you? I got the face. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hello, everyone. Oh, we! And our bucket list has holes, and Miss Pamela, and Mama, Miss Lisa Jones. Mama, Lisa Jones, Mama, Lisa Jones, Mama, Lisa Jones. Stella. And we Scottish Ma. And Sassy Brenda, how you guys doing? Well, I'm sorry, Mama, I'm working on a new intro. It's a process. So, yeah. Let me just check it. I've got all my shit sorted over here. Yeah. Working off the right microphone. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, sorry I've been quiet. We've been struck with load shedding and buggered up knees and so on and so forth. So yeah, sorry, but it happens. So yeah, let me try an attempt at showing you guys. I finally got a knee brace and an ankle brace. So hopefully now I can walk down. Well, I wouldn't say walk down the street, but I'm able to move more than I was before. Still painful, but a lot less than what there was. So, yeah. Um, sorry, you're gonna. Hmm. Wait, let me. Uh, crap. Let's do it that way. See? Knee brace, knee brace, and ankle brace. So, yeah, I'm all strapped up. I feel like Robocop, but I'm not quite ready to go and fight crime yet. Hey, Miss Trisha, how you doing? Oh, Miss Pam, this knee has been a long time problem, but yet, ooh, well, bittersweet congratulations, Miss Sassy Brenda. I'm both happy and sad, all along with you. Oh, we Scottish Mull, what have I not done? Well, it was an interesting story. I would have told the interesting story on Wednesday, but yeah, thanks to load shedding, we couldn't do a live. So, yeah. Um, well, the school called me, um, and they said that Leo wasn't feeling well, and could I please come and fetch her? So, what had happened was I had to basically walk to go and fetch her, which would normally not be a big deal. But let me take you on a trip to kind of show you why things went tits up the way they did. Let me just get Google Maps over here. Then we can basically take the route together and I'll show you the bonehead move that I did. Let's say 979 10th Avenue, Vonnegut South. There we go. Let's put this thing on Street View. Now, how do I do that? me just get to where I can drop this thing. Okay. Right. Now I'm sure I'll be able to show you. Uh, Hi there, Dippy. So let's share screen and go on to Google Maps. Now, here you see this is our apartment complex, right? So I left. Now you can see the third floor over here. That's our bathroom, technically, currently. So, yeah, I left to go and fetch Leo. So I started walking, and no, I did not have. I did. What is it not showing? Oh, damn. Wait. Let me see. Oh, I did that bonehead thing again. There we go. Okay, right. There is our bathroom. Third floor. Okay, so I came down here and no, wasn't wearing my knee guard. Stupid move number one. So you see this uphill, right? That's not as bad. Now, if we go up here, you'll see the school is closed. Right. Now, I had to walk all along here. Now, if it was just to here, it would not be so bad. I mean, because this is the first gate of the school. So it would not have been as bad. But I couldn't get Leo here. I had to go to the office. And the office is, let's go. Now you see that uphill? Yeah, this is a bit of a situation to walk when you've already got a bum knee. And yeah, let's say I felt it. So yeah, I was walking all the way up to here where I could get Leo. The office is right in there. So okay, got Leo, then started walking back. Now it's downhill, steep downhill. So let's just say that when I got here, it really started getting unbearably painful. And to make matters better, I actually about around about here was when I said to Leo, just stop for a second. So I tried to stop and I noticed that that was the worst idea possible because it just got worse. So I stuck it out and I kept walking. And we got to about here and it felt as if my back was out as well. So, yeah, long story short, we got home. And by the time that I got home, I burst out crying. I was in so much pain. So that was when I realized that I cannot do this without help. And it's not a situation of me being lazy or not wanting to do anything or anything like that. It's a situation of this the big C word. is an utter bitch because it takes its toll on you. You think it doesn't that badly, it does. And I just realized that in trying to protect in trying to protect my knee by not straining myself and not um, not doing a lot of things that I used to do very frequently. Yeah, at the end of the day, it was my downfall. So I got this brace now, and I got the ankle guard, and I must say, with it, it makes a heck of a difference because right after I got it, I said to Stella, "Let's go," and because we needed to go to the store down the bottom here anyway. So I'll walk with. Let's see how we do. And I managed to actually walk 1.7 kilometers. Oh, hello, Lola Roo. Hey, Lorton girl. So yeah, I actually managed to walk 1.7 kilometers. I don't know how much it is in miles. I'm sorry. Um, to the store and back, and then I wasn't paying. So I mean, it to me that's progress. It's a step in the right direction. I'm not going to be doing that every day, pushing myself up to the brink, but I do slowly want to get myself back into shape as best I can. So yeah, I've already put some things in order. Um, Jay's mom's gonna be lending me a bracket thing that I can use with the bicycle, so that I can sit and actually exercise my legs while being in the house, so that I can stop when I need to stop and not fall over in the street somewhere. So yeah, there's that. Um, we love you too, Lisa Jones. And yeah, I'm glad because this brace does have actual hinges, which does help a lot. So I must say it made a huge difference, and it opened my eyes to a lot. So yeah, there I must say I realized that I gotta, like Sassy Brenda says, take care of yourself. I need to take better care of myself because in trying to not strain myself, I managed to actually hurt myself badly just by going to fetch my child at school. So yeah, I gotta get up to the point where something like that doesn't land me in hospital. So yeah, but I am under the constant supervision of Stella and Mama and Wee Frosty Ewok. So uh, trust me, my the wardens are watching me. There is definitely no getting out of anything or slipping past something. There you go, wee Scottish Ma. If I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. I agree. Hey, Brenda Larky, Mama. So, how have you all been doing? I'm sorry, I am completely and utterly out of the loop when it comes to anything YouTube related this week, thanks to load shedding and very strong pain medication. So, yeah, um, yeah, that thing, which actually makes me glad in a way that I wasn't able to do a live because I do ugly snoring. You don't want to hear me snoring on a live. So yeah, I have no clue what has happened this week. So if anybody wants to come join me on panel, fill me in. Uh, just come shoot the breeze and shoot the shit. Yeah, I can agree with you, Mama. Isn't it wonderful having no drama every day? True. It is. What's a word for it? There's a word for it. Soothing. It is cathartic. It is. Oh, happy anniversary, Miss Tina. um. So yeah, it's therapeutic, blissful. There you go, Mama. It's blissful. Not knowing what who has done to who and who's been at whose neck and what has been said or not said. And yeah, I gotta admit that it's, even though it wasn't planned, it was good to not sit with that angsty emotions. And yeah, no, it was good to, I would have, if you think about it this way, sitting this week with pain, unable to move much, sitting without electricity for hours on end, I would rather do that than sit and listen to a whole lot of bitching and drama on YouTube. Especially not, especially since none of us are here for that. Mhm.
Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing?
Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? How you doing, we?
I've turned back into a little face. Look at it. What is even happening? Look at me. I've no mice, nothing. It's terrible. They're like tiny pistils in the snow. It's just a whole lot of terribleness. My hair has disappeared. Look, awful things have happened. Awful. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Hey there, Days. Thank you very, very much for sharing my channel on your community tab. I really do appreciate it. I hope to be able to reciprocate that in the near future.
It's coming. It's coming.
Wonderful things are coming. We just had a momentary lapse of judgment, which ended up in an awful lot of pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm, mm. So you see, here's one of my wardens. Um, she wanted to be able to tell you all the stuff and things that she told me when when I did my long walk to not so much freedom.
Yeah. Look, you got off easily a few days ago. I had threatened you with talking to Dr. Stella. I
Yeah.
didn't do it because I knew Dr. Stella had it all under control.
Hmm.
However, you escaped. And, you know, we're going to just have to rein that back in a little bit. Otherwise, you'll be trapped in a, not too enjoyable fashion. Trust me, bish. I know what I'm talking about. You have to listen. I know it does your head in, but unless you treat it carefully, it won't get better.
Yeah. Well, you see, Dr. Stella.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
is has put me in the naughty corner until I listen.
Dr. Stella is quite right. You're lucky you're allowed access to any of your electronic equipment at this point, to be frank. To
Yeah.
be frank.
So
So, you know.
I I had to promise that tonight would not be a 3 hour live, so that she can make sure that I drink my meds at a reasonable hour and get into bed.
Quite right, too.
Yeah.
I will rely on chat to give me a heads up because you know what I'm like. I can get carried away talking to you all because I miss you all during the week. And then I have to tell you all of the things. Whether you need
Hmm.
to hear all of the things is completely irrelevant. I have to tell you them all. Um, so chat, you have the reins to tell me to shut up to get this lady to go and do what she's told for once.
Well, I would actually love it if you tell me and us all of the things.
Oh, I don't think we're ready for that. We might want to break people in a wee bit. I don't think we're ready for that because I'm telling you, ladies, I'm about to go off. Oh,
Well, please do. I would love to hear what's got you so animated.
oh, I don't even know how to phrase it properly without confusing the shit out of every. Are you right? First of all, let's try a little bit of Ernieisms. It works for him, so you know I'm going full Ernie today. I've been brainwashed. What can I say? Uh, can we get a 1 in the chat if you want to hear me rant like an absolute psycho, or a 2 in the chat if you would rather just shoot the breeze and, just take things. Griffey, oh, fuck's sake. I'm trying to get. I will not be held legally responsible for what happens after this. I'm
There you go,
dropping things.
listeners. We got all night.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. For what am I about to do? Please forgive me. Oh, you going to make dinner? Oklahoma, good girl. It's probably a wise decision given the circumstances that are available right now. Maybe I should go and make dinner, despite the fact that nobody in this house actually needs dinner right now. I think that would be a far more sensible option for everyone. Way more productive. All the trigger warnings, Pam. All of them. All of them.
Oh, and let me just say, you can say fuck. We're already 25 minutes in.
Look, I'm glad because you know me, when I start to get animated and irritated, all the fucks come out. All of them. They all escape. I cannot help it. I try, but they still escape. So sorry if I offend anybody. I will try my best. Just can't promise anything. Okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So, you've all been given a fair chance to run and save yourselves at this point. The fact that anybody's still here, buckle up, ladies, buckle up, because it could be a bit rough. My initial question would be, what the fuck is wrong with people? Now, I know that that's a very open-ended question, and I feel like it needs to be. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Full stop. No, not a question mark, just full stop. Period, exclamation mark, all the expletives.
Hmm.
Um, I have many reasons for saying that. Many. The one that is particularly pressing me this evening um, would be that recently a creator called I'm That Bitch Mama T
Yeah.
or Mama B. Mama B.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm
Yeah,
getting her
bitch mama
confused with
bitch.
Ernie's Mama T, and I think that's where that was coming out. Um, she has been releasing a series of recordings, audio recordings, that she has of talking to Ali from the Summer Wells case. That's the one, Pamela Tate. Good girl. That's the one. Um, her name is actually I'm That Bitch Mama B.
Mom.
What? Yeah. It's so I'm not just adding that for emphasis. Just to clarify before I land myself in any extra shit than necessary. I'll take the right amount of shit, not the unnecessary stuff. Um. Uh. Now I have tried to listen to all of those and take them as all of the conversations I've heard, both with Candace, Dawn, even people like Prayer Garden, who, when they had their interactions nearer the time, obviously stories have changed since then somewhat. um, but it is what it is. Everybody has information on some level.
True.
On some level. Um, However, this week, a certain creator who will get a name check because I feel like it's important, so that hopefully somebody will scurry it back to him and maybe try to educate this person. Because I really don't understand how people are functioning on this level. You have a creator by the name of Benny Keys,
Yeah.
ably assisted by his quote unquote research team, um, who on Wednesday, what the hell Wednesday, decided to post a video uh, discussing the most recent video from Mama Bear. And in his words, it wasn't to listen to the information that it was providing and then discuss it. It was to debunk and poke holes in it. Now, there's your first fucking mistake, sir. Because if that's what you're doing, why didn't you do that, like a year ago when you were talking to the main people who are involved in this case? Fair's fair, right? Right?
Yeah.
Or potentially you could maybe recover your own footage and debunk some of that, considering, that you obviously weren't present and coherent during that time period because, there's a lot to be desired going on there. It is very unfair to critique someone's work, whatever you may think of them, work that they had deliberately put up unedited, apart from removing, and I quote, toilet breaks. Because, and I'm like, thank you for that. We're all grateful. We appreciate your service, Mama Bear. We're grateful for it. Thank you. No more toilet breaks.
Yeah, we've seen enough toilets
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it was just too much. Too much. So I'm glad for that. I'm glad. But this call in particular had, and I know that Chris comes in here. I know that Chris is involved in these calls. Chris, Mama Bear, talking to primarily Ali on a conference call of sorts. And in this particular call, the daughter that Penny had spoken to previously was also there. Now, another little caveat being that Penny took an awful lot of heat at the time for putting
Yeah.
out her conversation with this person, despite having had permission from her guardian, which was her grandmother. And the girl in question, who I will still not name because her privacy has been infringed enough, I feel. The calls are out there. I'm not trying to hide where they are, otherwise I wouldn't tell you where to find them. But I think that she's just a source of information. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Because she had interactions with that family, with Dawn, Candace, the children, more regularly than obviously any of the adults. Jodie Sue didn't know these people. By her own words, she said that. But somehow now it has changed to she misses her giggle and laughter. Well, you can't have both.
Yeah.
So which one was it, Jodie Sue? Anyway, so back to the family. So if you haven't listened to this, please go and listen to it. And see if you can understand why I am so angry and disappointed, I suppose, maybe. Because many of us know who at least parts of Benny's research team are.
Yeah.
And Benny is somebody that for most of us, we would struggle to agree with on even on a good day. Maybe to be fair. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot there. But I feel like it's very unfair. He offered criticism of a call that he very evidently had not listened to. Fine, you want to do a cold react? Okay. But maybe listen to the, 20 odd calls prior to that. Maybe, rather than just jumping in at that one. Why pick that one? You deliberately wanted to take it out of context for a start, because nobody is that stupid to do that otherwise. So yeah, the research team have decided to listen to all of this, but apparently not, because Penny sounded blindsided by the fact that this was being aired, and rightly protective over Ali's daughter, partly because of the heat she took prior, and I can understand that. When you have zero fucking awareness of the circumstances that happened in, the people involved in it, and why they're at least telling you that they made that call, what sort of critical thought have you put into this effort to begin with? Never mind what is about to be said. So I think that's where the main source of my rage is coming from. What in the ever loving fuck is that? What is that? You just wanted to tear these people down. You just wanted to poke holes in Ali, her daughter, anybody else, as long as they're not the ones you're protecting or were protecting, still do if you listen to his language. I agree,
Yeah.
computer. I agree. Um, it just rubbed me the wrong way entirely. He can say he has turned a new leaf all he wants, but that is a whole lot of shit right there. If that's not pushing a fucking narrative, he needs to educate himself. Educate yourself, sir.
That is one thing that I do find out specifically, like you said. I mean, Penny took a lot of crap. She took a lot of heat, and yeah, I haven't listened to the call. I mean, I've pretty much been AWOL this whole week, so I've got a heck of a lot of catching up to do. But yeah, no, 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 no,
It just didn't
no.
make any sense to me. None of it. I'm like, it, it would make partial sense if he'd listened to it already,
Yeah,
or the prior calls. He had no idea who was actually talking. He was misnaming everyone. If Mama Bear hadn't actually turned up in his chat at the time to correct his misunderstanding, he would have told hundreds of people that it was entirely other people. Why do these people feel no responsibility at all and yet put out constant, basically wrong information? That's where I will agree with Jodie Sue on some level. I just think she's attacking it in the wrong way. It would be very boring, but very simple to literally go through a list of creators and go, wrong, 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 wrong. What the fuck?
yeah. That is one thing that has been bugging me for quite some time as well. That the vast amount of misinformation that's given out as fact. I mean, it's damaging. It's damaging on so many levels.
Really, it is. It does nobody, absolutely nobody, including himself, any favours. It doesn't make him look good. It made him look really fucking stupid. And I know I'm doing a lot of fucking right now. I'm sorry. I'm really angry about it. Lisa, fair enough. Don't listen to him, but go and listen to the Mama Bear calls because I do think they have information, periphery information, but information nonetheless.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm letting all the fucks out today. I can't hold them back. Um, it it it's just it makes me so sad that this is somebody who claims to have evolved, to have learned, to be surrounded by these good people who do all of the things. And yet, here we are in the same position you were over a year ago. You haven't changed anything there. You're doing the same shit you were doing. And I would say all of this in his comments, but he doesn't look, he doesn't look, he doesn't listen, he doesn't care. I'm telling you guys because you care about this case as much as I do. It's infuriating.
Yeah. There, I agree with you. It is infuriating. And I also agree with Chat. I mean, it is definitely money related, obviously, with A lot of channels, it's not about if your information is accurate, it's if you can create an uproar and have people donate.
Yep.
I mean, just thinking about all the crap that happened last week
Yeah.
was what?
Yeah.
Which is one, and it sounds terrible to say so, but I mean, I was actually grateful that I was out of action and not able to actually be on YouTube and watch and because I think I would have gone insane if I had.
Yep. Because it's just a whole lot of crazy at this point. Every time you think you've reached a new low, something else happens. And it's just at the point of now, right? I literally, I don't have I have a silly imagination, not a good imagination for concocting stories, if you like. I was never a good liar for that reason. I'm like, I didn't do it because I was on the moon. uh, and my granny used to go, yeah, just don't lie. You're not good at it. And it worked on me. That worked on me. So I've never been good at it. Unfortunately, that makes me insanely direct at times. And that's not always a good thing either. So I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else. But I do expect a certain minimum from people who are claiming to be studying this.
Yeah.
And I agree with Wee Scottish Mod to an extent. I do. I really do. I think they all have done, to be fair, all in different ways. Um, and that's where, again, it's very demoralizing. There's literally nobody I can look at and say, you are doing a good job on a consistent basis. Not with this case, anyway. Now,
Yeah.
again, the people involved, the story involved, the lack of information put out by law enforcement hinders that. I know that. But that still doesn't give you the permission to switch everything off about you, your morality, any sort of cognitive ability that you do have, just to spin shite on a fucking daily basis. For what? If you. Oh, oh, what happened there? What is happening? Help me. Even the computer's like, no, we're not doing this. She's getting too carried away.
And yeah, I agree with your point. I think the only, if I were to name a creator, just one creator that I think has managed to stay out of the bullshit as much as possible and try to stick to the facts as much as possible, I can only think of one, Michelle After Dark.
And even the drama still finds you. People will still find you to critique or bring down whatever you're doing, no matter how nicely you present it,
Yeah,
even with somebody like Michelle. And I agree. I think out of all of them, she does a far better job at collating the information and presenting a clear difference between what is fact and what is speculation or a theory or a discussion or her thoughts on a subject. I love that. And yet
yeah.
there are people who still hate her for that. Jodie Sue, for example, accuses her of manipulating her audience because she shows her dogs going for a walk. I mean, what?
Jodie Sue shows her black cat that used to be white, but thanks to a smoke-filled trailer, the cat's not white no more. It's black now.
Jodie Sue pretty much displays her tatas on a semi-regular basis, so you know what I mean. Let's just call a spade and be done with it. Fair enough. If she has no shame in her game, I would be all for it. Quite frankly, if Jodie Sue wanted to open an OnlyFans and just shake what the good Lord gave her, go ahead. Do your thing. You do that. Just keep the rest of it separate. That's all. That's all I expect.
They're speaking for us poor white lesbians in South Africa. Even we don't want to see that.
You sure couldn't coax you into a freebie? No. Couple of
No,
free credits to get you started.
no, no. Keep those.
Oh God. But do you know what I mean though? For again, as much as I think that somebody like Mary Hartman, Don's stepsister,
Yeah,
has been as honest as she can be, but has still been manipulated and criticized. Her channel is about her doing some cooking, and I
yeah,
have a lot of respect for that because I mean it's not for everybody. It doesn't have to be for everybody. Welcome to YouTube. It's a very big place.
yeah.
It's a weird and wonderful place with a million and one things.
True.
But if I was going to have any respect for somebody, that gives her respect from me just for that. I can't tell where you're cutting out or if I'm cutting out.
No, you're fine.
Okay. 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 But yeah, it's it's just this whole it feels like every day we should get a day closer to finding summer.
Yeah,
I'm not a person who has endless amounts of hope. I'm not an overly hopeful person. I wish I could be the person who believes that she's been secreted away somewhere, or I would love to have that belief, and I'm never going to take that away from anybody either.
yeah,
But it feels like every time one of these people opens their mouths, and I'm talking about the creators primarily.
yeah,
I mean, if the people involved in the case weren't unusual enough, they then have to twist it even further.
yeah,
We've entered some psycho realm of what the fuckery that is mind bending
yeah. And traumatizing.
for everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
That was another thing that. Sorry, Griffey, I keep cutting you off. That's so rude.
No,
Go ahead.
it's
Speak, 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 speak.
it's that's the thing that gets me though is the fact that it's traumatizing. It has made me feel as if I was going insane most days, and I mean I'm not even on a quarter of the ground of all these other creators. I don't cover the case. I don't. I used to do research. Yeah, I did a butt ton of it. I helped quite a few creators in research, in technical aspects, everything that I could because I cared. and I still do care about Summer. Not about their channels or how much money they can make or whatever the case may be. I just wanted the facts to be facts, not speculation.
Yep.
I wanted to help make a difference, but in that, you get to deal with the most bent out of shape people possible.
Right.
And they're giving out misinformation and opinions and their own speculations. And at the end of the day, it's hurting more than what it's helping.
And I still don't think there's a problem with opinion and speculation because that happens. That is part of, analyzing a situation. You have to think about the what ifs, if you like. And for some people, that's a very verbal exercise. For some people, it's a very solitary process. I'll sit down with, I'm a nerd that way. I'll sit down with a pen and paper and go through shit like an absolute psychopath myself. And this case, especially, is maddening because the amount of people that really want to find Summer, and there are thousands of us, thousands, all hear stuff on a daily basis that is nonsense,
Yeah.
pure nonsense. I mean, if you're going to speculate, say that you're doing that. Repeat it, because not everybody has 8 hours to watch your live stream. I'm sorry. People live in different time zones. Strangely enough, we exist.
Yeah.
And it is right in one way to call them narcissists, because I think if you're going to be a solo creator who just wants to lone wolf it the entire way through, more or less, you have
Yeah.
to be a little bit driven, personally driven.
Yeah.
But it's very clear that, again, it's an unfair comparison in many ways. But if you can compare somebody like Michelle on how she operates her information
Yeah.
to someone like Benny, it
There's a
shouldn't
big
be
difference.
so different. Yeah. And it's like night and day. They're almost like different languages. And it's not just the case of Benny using the wrong words or being so overly elaborate with his descriptions that he is no longer making sense. He's gone far past. There's a thing in Dickens.
If
Ah, what is happening to me?
I don't know, I think Melon's being a douche again.
Even Melon's like, you've lost your melon, Mrs.
No,
We're gonna
no.
protect everybody.
I think I think YouTube I think YouTube has broken Melon. with the
Leave
amount
our leave
with
our
the
melons
amount
alone.
with the amount of bullshit that is released on YouTube on a daily basis, I think Melon has gone, oh no, fuck this.
I am wee Scottish Ma. She's turning into Ernie. Griffey is literally kicking me off the panel and then going, "Oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. That's terrible. Oh, look, she's gone now. Bye."
Well, if that were the case, I wouldn't kick my own ass off as well.
I don't know. Ernie does that too. That's what makes it even funnier sometimes. He's just like, I watch him like a very unfortunate comedy show where it's just like, how can one person just do all of the things?
Yeah. But there I agree with Scottish Mall. It's a She said, I stopped watching a lot. If you don't agree with him, your opinion doesn't matter. I I agree, and that is sad.
Yep.
I mean, we've
Nobody
spoken.
wants to have a true discussion. They just want to tell you.
Yeah, they want an
And
echo chamber.
right? And that's fair enough. There are different points in time when there's information to be conveyed, and then to have a discussion about it afterwards or at another point in time.
Hmm.
That's fine. I'm not asking people to do it all at once, but be willing to accept that other people could have input. Not just other creators, because they have got subs as well. What about the very people who have also spent time investing in this child that we have never met?
Yeah.
Am I buffering? Is it my interwebs?
No, I think Miss Lisa might just need to refresh.
I have filled Lisa Jones's internet tubes full of inordinate amounts of shit.
But I agree with hierarchy, Mama. Well, all I can say is that's nice. And the perfect Mrs. Brown voice. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah. I can't even say that anymore. I'm just, well, yeah, I mean, imagine the last half an
It,
hour of my ranting condensed into
it,
2 minutes going, what the fuck
it,
is this?
it's past the elocution lessons. Now it's just fuck off.
Ah, I
No
swear,
more than
yeah, yeah, I'm
no
just
more than
swearing at the screen, swearing at a screen, like they can hear me. And then I'm like, this isn't normal. Slow your jets, we. Um, take a breath, go and, play with the dogs, go and do a little bit of housework, try and calm yourself. And then I come back to it thinking, because there's always something in my mind that always thinks, but maybe they have some shred of something that not me personally, but that connects to something else. It's like the impossible puzzle, if you like,
yeah,
because the people that have the information are so busy hiding it under a layer of bullshit
yeah,
that we end up here. And it really makes me both sad and extremely angry, to the point where I think I could get arrested if I was in America. I really do think that that would be a problem.
so is that the point
Um,
where we're thankful we're international?
yes, yes, we'd be grateful that in order for me to paddle my way across, hopefully I would have just lost the will to live at some point rather than if although there's been times where I've seriously considered it. If I thought that that would rectify the situation, I might. I've never been arrested yet, but some people are just kind of doing all the things, all of them.
Ooh, please got to spoil my grandson asked me, why do I still watch certain creators? When I listen to them, I get the reds.
I agree, and it's catching. It's never mind the C word. It is the true plague that we have had to deal with over the past year and a bit. Um, because it feels like every day we just get to a new bunch of what is happening? Why? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
it's just, I went back the other day and I watched, well, the other day, it was like a week or two back. I watched some of the October 15th vigils
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
423 fake fucker. And
I remember
all
him. I remember him. Yeah.
and I watched the video, but I also watched the live chats. And there are so many names
Yeah.
that are not around anymore.
Yeah.
So many people that cared that are
Yeah.
no longer here and no longer caring because it got fucked up for them. And I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure there are a lot of people that have other reasons for walking away. Maybe they just lost interest or whatever the case may be. But I'd bet my last 5 rand on the fact that a lot of those people just got tired of the shit. The
Right.
amount of shit that they had to swallow overruled their caring.
And as much as I am inserting my opinion here, this is where if I had a YouTube channel, it would just be a whole lot of swearing and boring information in intermittent little balances of here's some stuff and then me swearing for probably half an hour, and that would be it. I mean, they would. I mean, Logan Paul, we should just give up now because really, I think I'm the next big thing. That's all you all need to know, right? Buy my merch; it's amazing. Um, drop the link, Griffey. God damn it. um, but I can totally understand why people have given up. I have thought about it myself, and I don't think they've given up on Summer. I don't think they'll have given up on this case. Like you said, I think they have just reached the point of these people are crazy.
Yeah,
Literally crazy people. And there's already enough crazy in the world without deliberately. And I'm not talking about having a wee laugh or a joke. That's a totally different situation. Not
yeah,
against anybody letting off steam. That's a different thing. But when you have to enter your, fifth week of Auntie Jodie Sue rants, I get it. You probably got to the point where you have hit a wall and your temper could take no more. We understand. We understand that. But is that all you're doing now? Is that all you have to offer now? Because the fact that it's gone on this long makes me think that it is.
yeah.
Even the few people that I thought did know things and were trying to get to a point of collating information have turned out to be just as batshit as Jodie Sue.
Yep.
And then I question my own sensibility. I don't have much, you know, logic to begin with. I don't have time to be wasting it on complete fuckery all the time.
Yeah.
If I want to indulge in that, I will, and I will do so quite willingly at times, but not at the expense of a missing child. Not at that.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
There I agree. Wholeheartedly.
And
You
yeah,
just
everybody's doxing everybody. We all might as well at this point just be sticking up our address and our passport details and banking information and just posting it everywhere. Because, quite frankly, if it's not out there already, some lunatic is going to put it out next week. Although, good
well
luck getting anything out of my bank account, because it's like Tiffany
I
Marie's checks.
I'm chaos that has doxed myself 1,000 times this channel alone. So it's like, my name is Amy and I'm not an alcoholic.
And I live in the closet. Hello.
I mean, damn, I just showed my street a little while back.
That's right. We've been in your car.
Yes,
We have been the entire way through your place. We have
yes,
seen the neighborhood.
yes.
Um, we've been on trips. Uh, there, you
Seen
know.
the shopping center.
So turkey.
Hmm.
See,
So,
you see?
yeah, there you go. My name's Amy. I live in 10th Avenue in Wonneboom South in Pretoria in South Africa. Have at it.
And she spots wild frozen turkeys.
Yeah. And immediately record it saying, holy fuck.
Look at this! And everybody else is going, like, what? And you're like, seriously though, guys, what the fuck?
Well, I think it would be the same if I walked down the grocery aisle and show you guys green cream soda. I would be like, oh yeah, there's the green soda. Green? Green? Yeah,
Yeah.
green.
It just makes me think that the refrigeration system has not been functional at some point and things have gone terribly wrong. Terribly
Well,
wrong.
you can't really blame it. This is South Africa.
Ugh, that we've all been there, no matter whether it's South Africa or not, you know. Shit gets real sometimes, yo, and you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I mean, just like the other day, um, Mama was quite worried because, I mean, yeah, I'm the kind of daughter that I'll send good morning messages and stuff like that. So when we had our load shedding and I was unable to, you even know about that because while we were having load shedding, I took a picture out the window of the cars coming down the street saying, look at that, all romantic by car lights.
Yeah.
And I sent the message while we were in blackout and it didn't go through.
This
when the
is true,
power came
guys.
on,
This is
when
true.
the power came on, the tower was finally freaking powered up and the message went through. So it was shit. It was utter shit because normally when we have load shedding, at least the towers, the cell phone towers, the with for our hey Miss Ashley,
Hello.
we're still able to use our mobile data,
Yeah.
right? Which I didn't have a lot of, but there would have been more than enough to send that message through.
Yeah.
But for some weird reason, all the towers were off as well, and they're
You better
doing
not
that now.
start that shit because that would be unbearable for people. That's going to cause even more problems than
Yeah,
everybody's already having.
I mean,
I
can you
don't
just
just mean
imagine?
not looking at YouTube. I
Yeah,
mean like, literal safety issues.
yeah. In emergency situations, what do you do?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, So yeah, that
And let
that that was buggered.
and let's face it, in South Africa, guys, although everyone is in the one house, as we've previously discussed, um, people only phone the police or the emergency services when imminent death or actual death has actually occurred. We're
Yeah.
not talking about, my pizza is upside down and I can't find the pepperoni, or next door's cat is sitting up a tree. Um, Literally, we're talking, have you got all of your body parts, or can you even see them? If so, call us back in a few hours. Once you start to lose count, we'll talk again. Um, and you can't even phone Phone for help. That's a problem for people. That's a basic problem these days.
Yeah, that is most definitely. I mean, if you have a death wish, you go to the hospital.
Yeah. Well, that's the same
Unless
in the UK, but
unless you have a medical aid. Because then, if you have a medical aid, you can go to the hospital where they won't kill you. But if you do not, don't go to the hospital.
it's frightening.
Yes.
Frightening.
Um, I actually that's the one thing I'm still going to be showing and having a talk about all that. Um, Aquahoma actually directed me to a YouTube video which shows one of the white squatter camps in South Africa,
Mm,
in Cape
yeah.
Town,
Yeah.
which is there are a lot of those as well, not just in Cape Town, but Pretoria, Johannesburg, and it's a chance to basically show a bit more about South Africa in general. I mean, because I can show you all the pretty things. I mean, I can pull up videos up the wazoo showing you how pretty the Union building is. But if I were to drive my ass over to the Union buildings and go and take a real live video for you, it's gonna look very, very different. Because I pick days where it's all nice and clean. You see, when the president is like on his way, or there's a cabinet meeting there,
Yeah.
something like that. Then they
When the
go and take
TV
their
people are coming. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
they're quick with their videos, but the rest of the time, I think one of the dumps in Tennessee looks better
Yeah.
on a
There's
good day.
a very big difference in so many countries. And I think Europeans and Africans in general have a far wider concept of the reasons why someone can become homeless or displaced
Yeah,
or be struggling. Um, it's a very different outlook for the most part
yeah,
in America, and a very different attitude to people, even the ones who are more beneficent.
yeah,
There's still almost always a judgment, and it happens here too. And like we have social security and all that kind of thing, and yet people still either fall through the system or the system was never designed primarily for those people.
yeah,
And it takes so long to change anything, and that's great if you're a lawyer. That's not great if you have nothing to your name and are in need and in danger.
yeah,
And I think some of us can appreciate that a little bit better than some other people. It makes me very sad whenever you see those who will grift when realistically all they have to do is turn up and talk about, I don't know, fucking coconuts. They could turn up and talk about coconuts
yeah,
and somebody will still send them a Cash App and a PayPal, and that's great. Do your thing.
yeah.
Just don't lie. Don't lie. Don't bullshit people.
There, I agree, and I really don't. I don't get how there are uh, in in the U.S. There are plenty of jobs. I mean, and it's not just me giving an opinion about a country that I know nothing of. I have plenty of friends over there. How many places are having to have to close down because they do not have staff to do the work?
Yep.
I'd kill for a job. I would literally I would go clean the Wells house every single day
That
for bait.
reminds me of something, but keep going. Yep,
Bait
yep.
for this lady. I would I would literally take anything. Any job.
Yeah.
My problem in this country is we don't have.
There is no work to be
There is,
had.
yeah,
Or at minimum, the small amount of work that is available is what we would have in most countries. It's, your seasonal farming work,
yeah,
which is often hundreds of miles away from where that person would be located. Again, fine if you're young, free, and single
yeah,
and have the money to get there in the first place. That's nice
yeah,
if you're doing a little gap year and moving from Luton in England to Australia for a year. It's all great. It's not a very sustainable way of life, though, for people. But people will still take when you have that option or starving to death.
yeah,
Problem is, then, how do you get to that place in the first place? How do you make that a viable option? And when you have other little people who depend on you,
yeah,
why can't we just make things? I'm definitely a lot more left of center when it comes to all that stuff because I think desperate people get forced into making bad decisions in whatever it is in life, whatever it is, whether it's health, whether it's accommodation, education, working, any of it. It generally doesn't work out too well whenever you penalize other people
yeah,
for the consequences of life.
true.
Um, and it's not about a hand out, it's about the ability to be able to hold each other up and to keep going and to care enough in the first place. And I think that's one of the nice points about us all here is that we all do care. We
Yeah,
do. A lot of people will say that, and it's not about just money either. It's caring enough to show up, caring enough to say, how are you?
yeah,
Caring enough to say, yeah, I've missed you, what's happening, or here's what's happening in my world too. All of those things are equally important. It's not just about, buy a free the wee shirt, as much as I joke about it,
yeah,
because that does help, but I say it because Griffey won't do it. And, and I know that you guys, the ones who can and are able to buy merch, do that. So I'd never want, and I know that Griffey is more than 150% with me on that, and Stella, not the kind of people that would ever put somebody in the position of, they will only speak to me or like me if I buy a shirt or a cup or some piece of something. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. Not
you
about
see
that.
that is where the difference comes in with me. When we needed help, we got help. Right now we're struggling because there's no work out there due to a lot of shit talking and a lot of other stuff. I'm not getting um work in. to be able to do like I used to, doing intros for people. But we are coping, we are getting by, and we are every single day we're sitting coming up with new ways in order to generate an income. But you don't see me sitting up here saying, remember to hit my PayPal, or
Yeah.
go and buy a shirt, or here's my merch store, or here's this, or here's that. Why? Because we're all struggling.
Yeah. Yep.
We're all struggling. I feel that if somebody wants and can and is able to, I don't never in my life want somebody to send me $1 on PayPal if they are not taking care of themselves and their families aren't taken care of.
Yep.
If that
Exactly.
if those if you and yours are taken care of, you have extra and you want to, yeah sure. Great. Thank you. I'm very appreciative. I mean, I make a point. I mean, we will be able to tell you. I make a point of thanking absolutely every single person that ever sends me anything,
Yep.
because that's just how I am. I
And
can't
you
go
mean
through
it.
it. I
You
can't. I
mean it.
can't
That's the other
take
thing. You're not just going through the motions. There are some
it.
people who get so used to a level of expectation. And again, when that becomes a business for them, that's one thing. I can understand a certain element to it, but that still doesn't stop you from being grateful.
Yeah,
There are people who are in the same situation who are very ungrateful for the
yeah,
people who spend their hard earned money or the very small amount of money they have given to them by the government, as people like to say.
yeah,
Um, you know, it's not all that. Trust me, if I could trade my disability back for my job, I would do so in a heartbeat. You wouldn't. I love you all, but you would never see me again if I could do that. That's
yeah.
just the long and the short of it. But life is what it is. It throws us all a swift kick to the genitals, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And it's about giving a shit about other people.
See that is one of the things why. I mean, you guys have seen. It's normally we that would jump out and say, "Hey, buy a free the wee shirt." There's Griffy's
Yeah.
PayPal. Why? Because I feel too guilty. Now
Yep.
you could just imagine to yourself with me feeling too guilty to even mention something like that. Can you imagine my reaction or even just my facial expression when I hear somebody else continuously bring it up? Like,
Yeah.
really?
$17
Really?
for a free the way shirt. Anybody who knows. I'm not saying any more than that, but you
Well,
know what I'm saying, lady.
ironically enough, it's 17.99 for a free the week.
God damn it.
Well, almost. It's $17.99 for a free the
Taxes.
week. So
And the only
yeah,
reason I do say it is because, again, we're not talking, it would be different if you were in a position where you, even one of you, was working. If there was that ability to have a comfortable income, I know I wouldn't even get away with going, ha ha, buy a free the wee shirt. Griffey would be like, right, wind your neck in, behave yourself. People can't do that. We don't need it for a start. If people want to
yeah.
buy it, they'll buy it. And she still feels like that. But there's
I think
also a reality part. to
I
things
think
that
we should
I
help.
think the people here get, you know.
I think we should help Wee Scottish Ma. She's thinking of starting a YouTube channel, baking bowl in hand.
Look, just just start to talk about any old shite and you will have hundreds of viewers. Retain zero credibility, zero truth. Come up with a catchy logo and sort of slogan to shout whenever somebody hits your PayPal or drops a little super chat. And tell everybody you love them and don't know anything about them. Nothing. It doesn't matter how long they've been in your chat. Give no shit about anybody, and you will be raking in the money. Griffey and I have talked about this. I mean,
Yeah,
if either of us had the audacity to behave the way that some other people would, we wouldn't even be having this conversation about an income. I think you all know that I mean, there's things that can be done on the YouTubes in order to make money, and it is very effective. The difference is that the people we want to hang with have a sense of morality as well as a sense of humor, but a sense of morality, and so do we. So, you know, trying not to be an arsehole
trying very
unnecessarily.
much not to be an asshole, but it's kind of hard considering all we see on the daily.
Right?
It's kind of hard not to be the asshole that says, "What the fuck is happening?"
We Scottish more, I guarantee you that right, for a start, your accent is something very common to you.
Yes.
It's something very understandable to me. And I still love hearing it. I love listening to you as a person. The things you have to say as a person are both educated from your own life experience and interesting. And you have a sense of humor. All of those are extremely marketable.
We.
Yes?
I should go get that clip. I'm gonna get that clip and I'm gonna clip it down and I'm going to put it in a short, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
first time I met Wee Scottish Ma up on a panel, I said to her I would love it if she would read me the phone book.
Right? She has a beautiful accent. And
Yeah.
it's not just the accent. I am partially hard of hearing. I listen very carefully to how someone speaks as well as what they actually say.
Yeah.
Um, so anybody who mumbles does my fucking head in for a start because I'm just like, it makes me very upset.
So basically, you won't understand a fucking word that Jody Sue Brown ever says.
That's still 100 times clearer than she will ever be. Again, the amount of times I have listened to that woman and almost given myself an aneurysm is not normal. But I keep hoping, I'm like, today might be the day where you, no, it's definitely not today. You're not speaking sense today either. No, maybe I'll call back tomorrow. Who knows? Aliens could have landed. Something could happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, there, everybody that is in chat at the minute, everybody all has a personality that I am happy to hang with any day of the week.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, until there are more people, and again, YouTube's a very big place. You don't always have to do true crime or crafting or any of the things. You can make it a focus if you want, but just be you. The person that you are is an interesting enough concept for people. There are
Yeah.
people, so many people in the world, and that the only access that they really have to their friends is the internet.
Yeah.
So you're not exploiting it. You're filling a need in both yourself and the person watching.
Yeah.
It's a reciprocal arrangement, just like hanging with a friend for a coffee, except you don't even need to put your bra on and leave the house. Perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Or as what was eloquently stated so many times, you can even stream from your bedroom.
Right? You can even stream from your bed in your pajamas with no camera on. Hello, everybody.
So yeah, and hey, don't sass me.
Hello.
um, I agree with you, New Orleans lady. There are plenty of times, and as you heard we go off earlier, there are plenty of times that she's all done with the fuckery as well.
Yeah. And that was still me holding back a bit because I don't think
Mhm.
I would like you to talk to me again at some point. Um, uh, so I trust me when I say like I was effing and blinding at the screen, that's where I'm grateful that I'm shy enough not to want to have my own channel for my own purposes because I'm like, it's different when you're talking about a subject. For me, personally, for me, because that's how my brain works. Or if you're hanging with your friends, be with them. And that's why I think I feel comfortable here, you know. In fact, it's why I know I feel comfortable here. Probably a little too comfortable, you know. Heck, I turned up on Coco's panel one night because she was suffering, and I thought I could try to help unfuck the situation just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And the amount you guys hear me speak in 1 minute, I did in possibly 3 hours. I was very quiet, even for me. I was very quiet, very good girl. Because it wasn't about me, it was like trying to help. And there was still somebody in chat who said I was taking over the fucking panel. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
What?
I wondered. I was like, where the fuck did that happen? They should come and visit this channel and see how you really look.
Right? I did. We did give you a plug a few times, and I, it also comes to my mind to mention it again if I didn't, because she's not here. But if she listens to the replay, um, Dippy did give you a little linky shout out in the chat a couple of times,
Oh,
um, because people were asking questions, and I was like, I don't have a channel, but you can find me there. My friend lets me come and chat shit over there.
yeah. This is the home of the wee frosty Ewok. So if you want
Yep,
her, she'll be here.
I live here. I live here.
Ransom has to be paid and all that.
Yes. But you will get a tiny sandwich for
Yeah,
everybody.
and pizza, but only on
Yes.
Fridays.
Yes.
Yeah,
And even then it's sporadic at best. We'll have to work with what we've got, folks. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
It all depends if the neighbor remembers to open their door in time when the pizza man comes.
Look, this is going to sound like a joke, but in all seriousness, I was sitting last night and I was like really I was hungry. You know, whenever you just your brain is going and you're like, I've nothing else to do. I don't do hard drugs. I don't do the drinking. So I'll go and shove some food in my mouth. I mean, that makes sense. Um, you know, when it's that seemed like a good idea. But I wanted like crisps or crackers or and I had none of those things. None of it. None of it. So I am at almost 4 o'clock in the morning, arse deep in a cupboard, literally in my little stash cupboard where my baking tins and all are. And I found a bag of crisps that was 6 months out of date. 6 fucking months out of date. Opened them up, tasted grand, and I'm not dead yet. So I think that that was a success. Moral of the story is you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah.
And the crisps did their thing. It was all fine. There was no muffins! No fucking muffins! Not even a crumb!
Oh, yeah. I was wondering how long it's going to take for the blueberry muffin to make an appearance.
Right? Right, we Scottish ma? You see, I think we grew up in very similar circumstances. We've never talked about it, but I get that vibe off you that you're a practical person for as much as and usually when you have the slightly more bantery humor, it's because life hasn't been too kind all the time.
Yeah.
And I think so many of us here can relate to that. So many of us. And sometimes you just gotta do the thing. You're like, well, it's fine. It's fine. You know.
Oh, Lord and Girl. Yeah, thanks. That was a very trying and difficult time, but thankfully we survived it and we're here. Now we're trying to keep the ball rolling, but at least we got a roof and we got stairs and we got an elevator and
Occasional
yeah,
electricity.
occasional electricity.
Hmm. Hmm.
I just that's the other weird thing. I will always be thankful to each and every person that helped us during that time and still continue to help us now. Because I've seen and I've heard quite a few take a butt ton of credit for not doing shit.
Right?
So I thank those that made it possible. I thank those that helped us. I thank those who saved my family. And each and every one of them were thanked personally by
Yep.
me. So yeah, I when I look back at it now, I count my blessings even more now than what I did when it was happening. So yeah, once
Yeah.
again I say thank you to everybody that helped us.
But there's a big difference. There's a big difference between, and again, I'm just going to use him because he's an easy target to use for illustrative purposes right now without hurting anybody else.
Yeah,
He's got thick skin too. For example, Ernie. Ernie has no shame in his game.
yeah,
He does what he does because that's his job. Those are his like him or loathe him. Can you tell which one I'm on? Uh, he does at least use some of the skills that he has been gifted with in this
yeah,
life. that you can tell I'm sorry, folks, you can tell he's definitely from Irish stock at some point because that boy can just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk some more. And then he can argue with himself, he can laugh with himself, he can have a full conversation with all the things, tell himself information that he never knew. I mean, it's kind of amazing. Kind of amazing. And he does it every day. And the people that tune in for him aren't going away with armed with information and equipped for life. They're there because they like him. Uh, and whether you like him or loathe him, that's why they're there. That's why they won't listen whenever you say, but this, and this. They don't care about that. Just like we all have friends that another friend won't like.
Yeah.
When you like somebody or you care for somebody, you're not too quick at just cutting them off until there's a big reason to do so.
Yeah.
So I think people forget that YouTube is very much a personality thing. If you want to have a big channel and you want to make money, you need to let your personality do the talking.
Yep.
If you care about people and care about what you're saying, you will by nature have a smaller reach. Even the people in this community that we see as bigger creators, they're still tiny in YouTube terms. Tiny, tiny little channels. So people can say all they want, but there's only like 20 in a chat. Oh, there's, that person only ever has, a couple hundred in the chat. That means nothing. Well, maybe for you, but for them, if they're able to, some people gain out of it financially, and that's all they want. But I think everybody here is sort of on the same hymn sheet, so to speak, that we see both you and Stella as people who do give a shit.
Yeah.
If you just wanted to switch your morality off and earn some money, you could do that tomorrow. You could do it tomorrow. No questions. You wouldn't have to buy subs. You wouldn't have to grift. It would be easy. But could you come back and do it the next day? And the next day? And look at your children and look at your friends who have got to know you as a person?
No, I couldn't.
Yep.
I mean, there was one other thing that actually 3 days ago on Friday, it was my middle child, little Leo's birthday. What did we do? We couldn't go buy cake and presents and all that. I managed with help. I got her a new pair of running shoes that she wanted for her birthday. And we got some cupcakes and we made the icing ourselves and put the icing on the cupcakes. And there, I couldn't do a lot for my kids for their birthdays, but I could do what they wanted. I could do what counted. It wasn't the situation of Leo pulling a Dudley from Harry Potter saying, "Yeah, but last year I had 37 presents." No, she's
I hate
grateful.
this house. I hate
Yeah,
everybody.
she was grateful.
Right? Because you give a shit. You both
Yeah,
do. And again, I know I'm being overly emotional today. I'm sorry about that. Maybe I need to. I don't know. Maybe I need to go on some sort of hormone treatment or something. But I feel like I've gone from rage to now just making Griffey feel uncomfortable, and it's. I mean, that's my work here on a bi-weekly basis. It's good. Um, but you both are special people. It's not just that you're our friends. We love you both. And I know that any one of us in the chat, if we were in this position where we could make it better, we would do so in a heartbeat. And more importantly, if the roles were reversed, there wouldn't even be a discussion.
Nope.
Um, and that shines through not just you, but everybody else that's here. And that's a lovely thing. So everybody with their gang cash app, give if you want to give, don't if you don't, can fuck right off.
Yeah.
Difference is I would do anything for those two ladies.
And
The
as to
other
like,
people in their chat would happily turn on that creator in a heartbeat.
yeah,
Heartbeat.
and that's just the thing as well is I've seen I've seen plenty of chats, and right over here on this channel, and I mean, I don't. It's not my channel; it's our channel, which is one of the big reasons why I don't have a general direction for it, because I feel it's not just my call. I'm willing to do absolutely anything and everything on this channel for everybody, not just myself. I don't see this as my channel. I see this as our house, and I see you all as family, not friends, family. And which is why, the same as what we said just now, if I could, I would help any one of you with anything that's necessary. Most of the time, what I can do is I can sit and I can listen and I can chat with you when you need me to talk. When you need someone to talk to, I can do that for anybody because I care. But if there's anything else that I could help with, I'll definitely help with that too. Because I see it as that is what family is supposed to do. That is what family is there for, to be there for each other. Not just this select few, but not those. Everybody.
Yeah. And not and for as much as like I'm not on Facebook or any of those things, but I'm never that far away. So if I know I rant a lot, but sometimes I can shut up too. Occasionally it has been no. So I mean that for all of you, for as much as I will chat and have a giggle or whatever, and have equally become slightly Discord aversive for unmentionable reasons. That, I do give a shit. And I know they give a shit. Problem is they don't have electricity all the time. That kind of screws that up a little bit more.
Yeah.
That screws that up a little bit more.
Especially if even the damn cell tower is knocked out and I can't get any message out. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that screws it up a bit. We're down to smoke signals with a blanket at that point, and it makes things very complicated. Binoculars, yeah,
Yeah,
there's a whole effort there. It's a lot. It's a lot.
it is. But yeah, just remember one thing. We will always be here for you guys just as you are here for us. And there is never any situation in this channel where if you do not agree with what is said and you voice your opinion that you're going to be tossed out, thrown out, called names, dragged for 3, 4 live streams after. No, you all matter, and all opinions are welcome. And as Lisa Jones would say, sub lives matter. Free the we. Fuck Jody Sue Brown. And screw the
Fuck
links.
Griffey.
You see,
But
Aquahoma says she gets worried when she doesn't get her 3 a.m. phone call, which is
right.
normally me asking, why aren't you in bed, mama?
Um, can I get a one in the chat? If anybody on Wednesday, whenever Griffey and Stella weren't here, may have had slight panic, and uh, you know, or maybe moderate panic. I was imagining all sorts of fucking things. None of them were enjoyable, and I was like, "Where are they? That's not normal. That's not right." See?
Yeah.
Yes, see?
Okay. If something like that should happen again, I
I'm gonna
will.
take over.
Well, you actually
No, no.
can.
Don't tell them that. Nobody knows that. Shh, 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 shh.
Okay, well, if that person schedule does that shit that it does again, I will find a way to get a message to you. You come up on panel and explain that we'll be back and we're not unalive.
Okay, okay. I will at least do that. I will at least send out some sort of flare of information because I think I was like, right, what's happening? What is Africa still there? Okay, right. Next, what what other information can I find out? Absolutely diddly squat. Okay, now I'm in trouble. But
So
yeah,
yeah, no. Um, it was quite weird the way they did put the power off on Wednesday, but yeah,
they were doing it on purpose, fuckers.
I think so too. Because it was hysterical and hysterical not in the fun kinky way. Um, that we couldn't even get a message out through mobile data.
Hysterical in the fact that Aquahoma schedules her body breaks for her phone call. I love that. And I can relate to that more than you will ever realize. So I love
It's
that.
like sending her a message saying, "Good morning, Mama. Can I call?" And then Mama says, "No, I gotta catch up on some paperwork. Give me 5 minutes."
Same as me, always 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
So yeah, when I gave her a call, I was like, "Sorry, I'm a bit late. I had to catch up on some paperwork before I called you."
Can you
So
imagine?
yeah, but yeah, you know what's gonna happen within like the next 5 minutes. You're gonna see Aquahoma telling us it's 12:25 a.m. and it's time to go to bed.
And she's right.
Let's count. 5,
I mean,
4,
it's a good job I like her already, because
2.
otherwise I would start to feel building resentment at the fact that I keep having my funds stolen. Look at this! Look, she was already at it. God damn it.
Yeah, no.
Already at
So
it.
yeah, you see, Mama has spoken, and fuck right off T-shirt. I'll work on that for you, Miss Lisa. Just for you, I'll do that. But yeah, so thank you very much for joining us this evening. Yes, ma'am. I will be getting my goofy ass in bed and drinking my medicine and getting my leg up and all the things. I promise.
I
Yeah,
know
but
we
thank
Scottish mob, we're being evicted. Evicted. because evil Oklahoma is forcing us to be good humans. It is terrible. I do not like it, but now we are forced to go and wander like little waifs on YouTube, homeless, unloved, unsupervised.
Okay, I'll tell you all what. Go into all the other chat rooms and tell everybody that they're insane.
Yeah, well, that'll keep me busy for a wee while. And thank you for being patient with me, everybody. And sorry for the rage. I was just like, ah, yeah, gagged
Uh,
away. That should be a whole. That's a whole new range of merch. Gagged away,
but it's
murdered
needed.
away.
We all need to vent. But yeah, we love you all and thank you very much for joining us this evening. We will be back and I will do some extra live streams because I mean, yeah, there's nothing stopping us from doing like a Wednesday night, a Friday night, and a Sunday night live stream. So yeah, I'll try to goof it up a bit and give you guys some more chill time. So
Lisa
yeah, if,
Jones, we love you. We love you more than you can ever realize. So
love you
just know we
lots.
love you.
Yeah, we definitely do. But yeah, I wish you all a very pleasant afternoon, evening, early morning, depending on where in the world you are. Love you lots, and we'll see you soon.
Love
Wednesday,
you
if there's no
more.
load shedding.
Right? Bah.
Love ya.
Pray. You can all pray for electricity. God damn it.
Yes. Go night night.
Oi!